Welcome. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a very specific and, let's be honest, often confusing world, the language of business advisory service providers. It's time to start decoding.
So picture this. You're in a big meeting, you're trying to solve a very real problem, and all of a sudden, you're just drowning in a sea of words like synergy, paradigm shifts, leveraging core competencies. It feels like you missed the memo on a whole new dialect of English, right? Well, here's the thing. You're not wrong to feel that way, and you are definitely not alone. A lot of the time, this isn't just technical terminology. It's a language that's been deliberately crafted to project this aura of untouchable expertise. It's meant to sound impressive. But what is it really hiding? To really understand how to push back against it, we first got to understand why this language even exists in the first place. Believe me, it serves a very specific purpose for the people who use it. Now, this is what's so interesting. You can think of it as a double-edged sword. Sure, on one hand, for the insiders, for the people who speak this language all day, it can be a kind of shorthand. It might speed things up for them. But for you, the client, it just creates a wall. It obscures meaning, it prevents real transparency, and ultimately, it keeps you on the outside looking in. So, let's get right to the point. This kind of jargon often serves two hidden purposes. First, it makes the speaker sound like an untouchable expert with specialized knowledge that you just don't have. And second, and this is a big one, it's an incredible tool for masking uncertainty. When the answers aren't clear, a big cloud of complex-sounding terms can make it seem like they are. All right, now for the really fun part. Let's roll up our sleeves and start decoding some of the most common terms you're going to hear. Let's translate them from jargon into reality. First up, the all-time classic, synergy. The official definition, it sounds fantastic, doesn't it? 2 + 2 = 5. It's the magic of collaboration, where combining different forces creates something so much greater.
But let's be real. In the real world, synergy is often the magic word they use to justify huge, expensive projects. Think mergers or massive reorganizations. And what's the problem? Well, those supposed benefits, that magical 5, are almost never actually measured or proven after all the money's been spent.
Okay, here's another one that just sounds incredibly productive. The action plan. It promises clarity, structure, accountability. It's supposed to be the perfect roadmap that gets you exactly where you need to go. But how often does it end up being, well, little more than a fancy to-do list? It gives you the feeling of progress while being just vague enough to justify keeping the project going. And, of course, keeping those billable hours rolling in. And this table just perfectly illustrates a whole category of jargon. I call it the language of avoidance. You know, when someone says they don't have the bandwidth, it's often a polite way of saying, I really don't want to do that. When they want to circle back, they're probably hoping the topic just vanishes into thin air. And touching base, it's the perfect way to seem like you're engaged while actually delaying a real substantive talk. And then we have one of the grandest of them all, the paradigm shift. Oh, it's pitched as a revolution, a fundamental change in how you think and operate. But the reality? It's usually much, much less dramatic. It's really just fancy wrapping paper on what is essentially a minor tweak to a process you already have.
But look, this isn't just about being annoying. Using vague language like this has real, tangible costs. So let's look at the actual problems that pop up when buzzwords take the place of clear, honest communication. And the risks are really serious. When people aren't speaking the same language, expectations get completely misaligned. That leads directly to wasted time and wasted money, chasing goals that were never clear to begin with. And maybe the most damaging thing of all, it breaks trust. Because eventually, you realize those impressive-sounding words were just hiding a lack of real substance. Here is a perfect real-world example. A client asks for a full, comprehensive market analysis. Their advisor pushes back, saying something like, whoa, let's not boil the ocean, and they narrow the scope of the project. The result? A dangerous new competitor was completely missed, and it blindsided the clients. That one folksy little phrase was used to justify cutting corners, and the results were disastrous.
Just look at the sentence. It's a masterpiece of meaningless jargon. It sounds so complex, so important, but what does it actually say? It's like that tangled mess of arrows you see, all complexity, zero clarity.
Now boom, look at the after. It's the exact same idea, but it's been translated into plain,
powerful English. It's clear, it's specific, and it's measurable. Just like that clean flowchart, it tells you exactly what the plan is and what the outcome should be. The difference is just night and day.
Okay, so this is the most crucial part. You do not have to be a passive victim of jargon. You actually have the power to change the conversation. So here's a little playbook for how you can demand and get the clarity you deserve.
Here are 3 simple but incredibly powerful steps you can take the next time you're facing a wall of buzzwords. First, paraphrase what they said back to them in simple terms. Say, so what I'm hearing you say is, this forces them to agree with a clear statement. Second, ask them to define success, not in vague terms, but specifically. And third, always demand metrics. Ask, how are we actually going to measure this? This pushes them from fuzzy concepts to concrete commitments.
Think of this as your personal toolkit for transparency. Don't ever be afraid to politely say, can you just explain that to me in plain English? Ask for real examples, for real data. And from now on, I want you to treat jargon as a red flag. When you hear it, that's your cue, not to just nod along, but to start probing deeper.
And this just shows you why it's so worth the effort. Demanding and using plain language, it isn't just about clarity. It has this massive positive ripple effect. It builds real trust, it enhances true collaboration, and it allows everyone to make better, faster decisions based on real information. When you really boil it all down, it comes to a very simple choice. The language we use, in business or anywhere else for that matter, can either be a fog that hides what's really going on, or it can be a light that actually reveals the path forward. And that choice doesn't just belong to the person speaking. It belongs to you, the listener. As an active, paying participant in the conversation, you get to decide what you'll accept. You have the power to cut through the noise and demand clarity.